What I want to do is just do a recap on, I don't understand how someone can't see it, but, when we're looking at Saturn, okay, the 3x3 Camilla magic square of Saturn. Go. Okay. The 3x3 Camilla magic square, Kamea. You've got to Google this yourself. Of Saturn is an ancient planetary grid where the numbers 1 through 9 are arranged so that every row, column, and diagonal adds to a magic constant of 15. Remember, the 15th tarot card is the devil. And the whole concept with the numbers 1 through 9 right there is COVID-19, because this Camilla is a black magic square. Okay, let's see what it says. The black magic square of Saturn. And then it says it right there again. In the Western occult tradition, the black magic square of Saturn is the Camilla of Saturn, is a 3x3 grid containing the numbers 1 through 9. Once again. So, Saturn and Saturn black cube symbolism. Okay? We've went over this a ton. One of the main colors, right here it is. What does the black cube of Saturn mean? What demon is associated with Saturn? What is the black hexagon on Saturn? So here you've got mystic symbolism. The Camilla or magic square of Saturn is a 3x3 square based on its attribution of the third Sephiroth, which we ain't going to get into all that. Okay, so we have 3x3, which is the 33 rituals you see within their news circuits and shit has to do with that right there. Okay, so black, Saturn, 3x3 grid. What color is the traditional cap and gown a graduate wore? The traditional cap and gown worn by graduates is black. The cap is a square, flat style known as a mortar board. You can get broad out of board. See, you gotta look into it, but I'm gonna give it to you. Okay, so the traditional cap and gown, the gown is GOWN, and the G is Freemasonry, but the G is actually a capital G with the point broken because it's a hexagon. So it's New World Order is what it is. And it is a square, okay? All these cities like that have been set up. Because if we look at broadcasting, it's going to be, the main ones, primetime news, and then the cities pick it up, and then all the churches pick it up, and they sell what's on that shit in there. It's all made up shit. But what we're doing is giving you perfect side-by-side symbolism showing you what it really is and how it's irrelevant. Because it's not real. None of it. Okay. So we have the traditional cap and gown. So we don't have to Google that. Okay. What color is the judge's robe? Judges typically wear black robes in U.S. courts. A tradition established by Chief Justice John Marshall. Imagine that. The name Marshall. Mars Hall. Chief Justice. In 1801 to represent equality and dignity. That's Saturn, baby. However, styles and colors vary depending on the court jurisdiction. No, they vary because of the big boys up there. So, all right. What is the big black cubes in like Manhattan and other places? In Manhattan, the famous big black cube is the Alamo sculpture. Let's go to images so I can show you. All right, so let's see what explanation demon AI gives us. These fake demons. Let's see. Let's go back. There it is. It's funny because of the words. In Manhattan, the famous big black cube is the Alamo sculpture, located at Astor Place. The 15 feet. Camilla of Saturn, 3x3. You add them all up, and it's 15. The 15th card is the devil card. It's fucking demon, Satan, Saturn, horrible side. We can't just give it to you anymore. Install it and this 15-foot demon fake shit Core 10 steel installation was created by artist Tony Rosenthal. It's funny how it's got Rose in there. Rose. It's the Jessies. Anything that has to do with the rose. Because the roses have to do with memory within your bloodline, and you don't know that. Installed in 1967 as a temporary art piece. So it's just an art piece, even though it's 15 feet. And it's all connected black cube, Saturn, demon, Camillus, 3x3 grid, 1 through 9, COVID-19. They're all in a mind control fucking prison beyond the matrix. Other notable black cubes and geometric installations exist in various places. Manhattan and public art. Lower Manhattan features the famous bright red cube by Isamu Noguchi. Similar black cube sculptures designed by Tony can be found, whatever. The most universally famous black cube is the Kaaba in the Mecca, the most sacred site to Islam. It's because Islam is nothing but Saturn. Look at this. Look, it's the ring of Saturn. Look. The Kaaba. Here we go. Okay, so they claim that that's what that is, right? That's what they claim that is, right? Okay, that's a cube right there in a circle, right? Yeah, so a cube in a 3D, dimensional 3D or whatever word you want to see, it's going to be this right here, a hexagon. Saturn's rings and the hexagon on Saturn. Here. There you go. Especially that one right there. So if we're going to take it from their point of view, right there is what it is. That's Mecca right there. And all them going around that shit is those Ahrimanic beings. This is exactly what it is. So we have that. Okay. So how many jurors are on the jury? A jury usually consists of 6 to 12 members, but it's going to be 12, depending on the jurisdiction. The specific requirements vary based on the court and trial type. 12, though, because it has to do with the 12 constellations. the same way that the 12 constellations go around, and all this is a huge battery that you're inside of the world of Maya. The same way that those 12 constellations conjure everything that you've ignored out there is the same way that 12 human beings conjure up a verdict based off impulses inserted into the mind and the ears and all that of whoever committed some act. And then careers come out of all of it. It's the biggest chattel slavery, mind control, Ponzi scheme ever. That's so easy to see. It's not hard to see it, but it's just like in their little fake production, like The Matrix, whenever Morpheus goes, I'm sorry, I should have warned you, or I should have done something. He goes, because we've got a rule that once the mind has gotten to a certain age, it's impossible to unlock. It's damaging. It can be very damaging. It can destroy a person. And there's a part in there in The Matrix to where when he's telling Neo this is the world now, and he's no, he can't accept it. That it is it's all been created for the other side, truthfully. Every bit of it, And the whole reason behind this is just trying to show you, it has to do with that Camilla Square, and all the towns that were set up, that the rumor was is 3 square meals a day, the town square, look, we're not done either. The black Catholic priest outfit uniform. There you go. It's Saturn. It's all Saturn. Saturn, 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 Saturn. December the 17th, Saturn. December the 17th, the beginning of Saturnalia. Okay, December the 17th was the official start date of Saturnalia. You can Google that. The ancient Roman festival honoring Saturn. Originally a one-day celebration, eventually expanded into a week-long carnival, blah, 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 blah. Okay, but look, that's my sobriety date. That's the day that and it was actually right at the 23rd hour of that day. And 23 is the 9th prime. And 9 is the square of 3. See, you got to know these primes. You got to know this shit. You got to at least try. Something told me a long time ago, if you just sit there and listen to some audio books and shit and whatever, certain things, gematria, even Latin, you'll start to see it, because you've been trained to if you can't understand it, then just it's irrelevant. That's it's not real. The average brain can't be challenged. So, but it's just, that day's a big day, and it really is. And it really was at the 23rd hour of that day that this whole journey started. When the police came in, and I had just chugged 12 16-ounce natural ices and just blacked out. I hadn't drank in like 2.5 days or something. I can't remember. Or 3 days. And lo and behold, here we are. But it's a whole lot more to it. But it was in 2014, and I'm telling you, the only way that any of this shit can happen, to where, like I'm showing you, literally everything is set up under black magic Saturn, not the good side of Saturn, to where it says right here, the ancient Roman festival honoring Saturn, the god of agriculture, and it even says it in time. Okay, look. What day was Time magazine founded on? Right there. I mean, come on. Come on, man. Even Time Magazine was founded on March 3rd, 3-3. Because of Saturn. It's time spirit. AC/DC. Look. AC/DC, Back in Black. There you go. There it is. Back in Black. You know. Metallica, Blackened. There you go. There's Blackened. Make Our World Blackened. Blackened. Yeah. They're on a Blackened tour or some shit in Europe. And then there's some Christian band on some Take It All Back tour. Or Give It All Back. Or look, remember the word con in satanic gematria is 137, which is the 33rd prime. So every word with concert, conference, news conference, con is going to be not that term, it's Saturn. That's what we've been talking about, but it's black magic. Con man, Saturn man. What the fuck does a con man do? He's sneaky. Okay. What's the opposite of sneaky? Good. So, Saturn. It's Saturn. It's very easy. It's fucking way beyond easy. It's not even funny. But the impulses that the average human being has had since birth with these screens have compressed into them everything that they only know. So, I mean, they're not going to get out of it. Look, and then we'll just end on this. Black's Law Dictionary. Okay, there's the government dictionary right there. I mean, do you really want me to keep going? Because the funny thing is that when these intellectual minds that are not real, that's just uploaded screens, boy, they really lose their mind. They lose their shit. You know, and I mean, they really do. But some of them that can to fight through that shit, you know. Because see, the reward within itself, it doesn't matter if it's money or it doesn't matter. Any kind of reward, some kind of materialistic reward creates a different kind of character and will within a child. That's why in the schools you're given candy to sell. Contaminated arsenic substances. And you can't see that's perfectly normal. Okay, that's black fucking magic. Look, the child's mind at a young age, when a baby cries, there's a part of their brain, if they're always crying, then that brain doesn't develop the way it should. And that's sort of the same way a stroke would happen, because that takes certain things from somebody that has a stroke, like speech and shit. It's the same thing with a baby. When they grow into crying all the time, there's a certain part of the left compulsion, whatever term medical gives it, that does not fucking grow the way it's supposed to. And that's why these idiots fall down and go insane, because the school system, even no child left behind, no punishment, no nothing, no physical punishment, nobody ever gets in trouble, and then they get pulled over and lose their shit and turn into a fucking 2-year-old Arimonic demon. It's beautiful, isn't it? If you can see it, it is so beautiful. It's like he says in the Matrix, you can't see it, but it's everywhere around you. And what he's really insinuating is black magic. Like it is. They have convinced Christians that there is nothing behind nature. There's nothing behind it. Just go get chemicals and kill all of it and look good. And go buy paint and all this other shit for image. Make you look good on the outside. You're an exterior being. They're all fucking rotten. But just like in the AA book, it says we have to look at these people like they're sick, because they are. Even though they're the ones that's going to be coming at me and you, telling us we got to have cameras all around our house where a mask is shot 10 times a year. You can't say this, you can't say that, you got to do this. And it's like, where is Jesus at in any of that? That's where I'm blown away. They have all these churches. These people are fucking insane. Listen, this is not to hurt you, it's to help you. They're the most decrepit human beings now. And that's no way to be, because they've learned how to weaponize these chemicals that we eat. And this is to help you. The more you're out of shape, then the more your organs are working against each other. So they'll shut down, and you got to go get the only kind of medicine that's sitting there waiting on you at the corner. It already knows you're going to shut down. You eat that shit long enough, it's going to shut down. But as long as they keep getting up there and going, we're fair and balanced news stations. That's right. Let's do the right thing and get a fucking shot. Wear a mask. Hey, I love my sodas. I love all this coffee up here, even though it causes fucking diseases and everything. Let's just keep saying it. That's right, because they're stupid. They're fucking stupid. Hell, we've raised them without water, and they're so dumb that they can't even fight for that. They're dumb. We literally have submarines for the Navy that converts ocean water into drinking water. So we definitely can make like huge fucking pipelines from the ocean into every city in this nation, but we're going to keep acting like we're going to run out of water because they're stupid. They're stupid. They're stupid. We take NASA, we get $60 million a day out of your tax money, and you say nothing. And we have not helped one person in any city or town. Not one. And you still pay to go to the museum. It's fucking beautiful, black magic. Oh, it's just all peeled up and fucking blowed out of your mind. That's right. And I love Jesus on the back. I love my church. It's what they say everywhere, and it's a structure. It's so beautiful. It's not even funny. I love you.